Guys, oh man, just another day on my break here on my job. As you know, if you're new to the channel, I work two jobs. So today, I'm still looking for like you know good deals online for my collection. I've been looking for this Mario. Um, I don't know if you guys know Target or you ever been to Target. They have this Mario hanging out of a flagpole. Um, and if yeah, boy, and I've been looking at the prices um, on that, and if they even sell them. But I don't know. I don't know if they even sell them because that's property of Nintendo. So let me see. Yo, I'll tell you the prices I've seen, man. It's like 10 grand. Some of them, it's crazy. I would make my own, honestly. I would just maybe get a Mario, have him wrapped up in there. Um, Mario Target display. That's the name of it. Sorry, my son's crying. I don't know what happened. Wow, $3,500. God, that's expensive, man. Fanatical as Facebook. Some people found it here on Facebook. 10 grand. Sales have topped 4,000 and loan one on eBay it for 10 grand. Yo, check this out. I'm not lying. This is this little guy right here. So that is insane, man. 4,000 to $10,000. That's nuts. That's a lot of money for that little toy, man. I mean, it's big. It's like a couple feet in height. It's not small. So this one they're selling for $9,995. Who is selling this? Fanatics Collect. Yeah, somebody. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's a lot of money. Um, Yo, some people like actually went to Target and had some cash and put up the cash like that. I'm like, yeah, that would be so dope to own. Like super dope to own. But that's a lot of money, man. I don't have that kind of money to spend on one item. The Mario 40th anniversary 6 feet display boxes. These are from I don't know, I guess the Nintendo store. $500. Wow. Same one for 150. Okay. Um, Not bad at all. Um, I'm on my break, guys, right now, so I'm a little more free. I can talk, I can show you stuff. But when I'm like working, I'm unfortunately I gotta stay focused in like that computer. So it's hard for me to like interact. But yeah, yo, another thing that I've been like thinking, I need the watch hours on this channel to increase, right? Um, but since I have two jobs, it becomes very difficult. Like so difficult, man, to like put in time, like lives on YouTube, and even creating the long videos. It's very hard. It's not easy because you gotta find time for pretty much everything. I'm gonna like start to kind of back off on doing overtime at my second job, so I can have like Saturday and Sunday completely off and just dedicate this to increase the watch hours in YouTube, keep growing the channel, um, and we'll see results, I guess, at some point. But as of right now, my analytics on YouTube, they haven't increased significantly. Um, my watch hours are what I really want to increase. And it's hard, man. It's not easy. I think getting to the watch hours is probably the hardest thing. Um, Now, granted, getting to the first 100 subscribers, it was not easy. It took time. Um, but it seems like these watch hours, man, they're hard to achieve. Um, I think I have 2,500 hours to go. And the thing is, as time goes by, the watch hours that you had almost like a year ago start declining. So your watch hours come down and come down as days go on, I believe. So, that's why doing these lives at least twice a day, it's like super important. Yesterday, I was home and I wanted to do a live, but honestly, man, I was exhausted. I was like very tired. My kids were asking me to go out with them. Um, and it's tough. It's tough, but we're here trying. Uh, you know, I'm not giving up. I'm going full force, man. Um, I know I'm gonna achieve that. We're gonna achieve that. I just don't know when. It's definitely gonna take some time. Maybe I would say close to a year. It's hard. It's not easy. And I'm trying to like keep uploading um on both. Like keep up on the three ways YouTube gives you to upload. I like, which is shorts, lives, and the long videos. I am currently working on another long video for this weekend, as the last weekend video. I honestly, there wasn't much. I didn't have much content because I was so busy working that I couldn't really have time to upload videos. But if you guys haven't checked out yet that video, go check it out. It's not from this past weekend, but from the weekend before. It's just literally my day to day and how I move, and you kind of get an idea on how busy my schedule is Monday through Friday, and sometimes even weekends. That two jobs, grinding here on YouTube, managing a coffee shop in El Salvador, and managing two Airbnbs in El Salvador. So it's very hard, and that's minus school right now. I took a break, but it's a lot, man. It's a lot, and you still gotta dedicate, like time for the family. Uh, Sometimes it can feel very overwhelming, but you gotta get it done, man. If you want it that bad, you gotta get it done. You know, it's tough, but it's manageable. One thing I wish YouTube let us do was like play a playlist, the same we do on TikTok. I did a TikTok. I did two lives on TikTok yesterday, and I couldn't record that moment because I was missing my camera. Jeff has my camera, but my camera soon. I think he'll give it to me tonight. So once he gives me the camera, I will be able to do lives on TikTok, and I kind of show you guys what I'm doing. Um, so yeah, I did two lives at the coffee shop. I gave away two free coffees for people that answer like retro questions. And how I did that, I was like, honestly, I use AI. I went to ChatGPT and I typed this. I was just like, give me questions for a raffle with retro video game history. Please give me answers A, B, and C. So I did that, right? And as I was doing the live, this is what basically some of the questions that I was asking in this live was like, which company created the original entertainment system? Which that's super easy. I mean, somebody that grew up in the 90s will know that like this. Obviously, it's Nintendo. That's the answer. But you get the A, B, and C, which is super easy, which is A, Nintendo, B, Sega, C, Atari. You know, if you didn't grow up in the 90s, you grew up like recently now, and you're a young kid watching this, you'll be like, oh, I mean, the answer's in the title. Hey, what's up, bro? What's up? It's in the title, Nintendo, right? And then the second question was some of these questions that those were not the questions, but what year was Nintendo Entertainment System released in North America? A, 1985, B, 1991, C, 1979. Obviously, we all know Nintendo came before the 90s, but not before the 70s ended. So it's right in between. So the answer is 1985. Then here's another one. In Pac-Man, what color was the ghost most commonly seen chasing Pac-Man? And remember, if you haven't played Pac-Man, you wouldn't know the answer to this. Um, but it was multiple colors. There were different colors. There were purple, red, you know, green, and so the answer is multiple colors. And here's another question: which console introduced gamers to cartridges called packs? I don't know if you guys know any of these questions, but it was the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES. Which company made the Game Boy? You know, like some young kid that wasn't born back then, 90s, early 2000s, would be like, oh. But even now, I think that's a super easy answer. The answer is Nintendo. So what's the name of Mario's brother in Super Mario Bros? Luigi, of course. So yeah, I was doing this type of live on what do you call it, on TikTok, and a couple of kids got like wrong answers, but there was a young kid that got all the answers right, three answers. So I gave him I told him, hey, listen, you won the coffee, and he told me, well, I'm gonna give that coffee to my mom. So I was like, all right, cool. So that's an option. And then there was another guy that won, and he did show up at 4 p.m. for his coffee. After 4 p.m., and we gave him his coffee. Uh, but yeah, it was a really exciting, a lot of interaction. So it was dope. Right now, guys, I see that there's not that many people in this live. Um, but I still do the live and I still proceed whether there's one person or there's nobody in the live, because eventually this live creates like a highlight, and AI picks like the best highlight for this live, like the best part of the live. And once it turns it into a highlight, it's like it becomes like a short, and people go and watch. And that creates watch hours, which is what I'm looking for. But again, I'm also looking for watch hours like now. I wish there were more people connected watching this live so I can have those watch hours increase. But I'm happy with whether there's people here or not. Eventually, I know we will reach goal, and I don't know. I gotta think of more exciting things where people are not swiping away and are getting more pumped up about the channel. And that's where my weekends come in play, where I feel like, okay, it's time for me to go hunting for retro games, and buy things and go visit places, right? Because you guys only see me here. So because you only see me here, and there's somebody talking, I'm not interacting with like playing video games. But I'm not really like, you know, I don't have the time to plug in and play on Roblox. I know that will probably increase my watch hours faster, but it's just hard. It's with my two jobs, it's just really, really hard. And I wish I had that free time, man. But I don't know. I guess eventually I will have that free time. But in the meantime, I don't have it. So I gotta be happy with what I can do, and just keep grinding until we hit that watch hour goal, which is 3,000 watch hours. So I know it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be very hard, but that's what we're here. It wasn't easy to climb up to 1,000, 2,100, and I think right now 140 something subscribers. It was not easy, but we managed. We did it. We conquered. So now we're here. We're here, and I'm just here to kind of, I don't know, entertain you guys. I don't know if this is the right time to start a live. What I need to do now is figure out the analytics of when people are online. When are people coming in more online? And I gotta try to balance that with my free time. So I gotta figure. I know Wednesdays, for some reason, Wednesdays, if you upload a short, you shorts tend to go viral. You know, I mean that has to do with like the music background that you have. You know, also, if it's like a viral moment, we can't have viral moments. I haven't had one for like the past 2 weeks, but it's because I haven't really been uploading a lot of shorts. I've been trying to focus all my energy in these lives and creating more content that are longer videos, so I can increase those watch hours. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. It's hard, man. Because once you gotta crunch in your time into a tiny little span of like two jobs, running three businesses in a foreign country, family time, wife time, a little bit of physical time. Um, it's really hard. And then whatever's left, I put it right here. I put all the energy into YouTube. Now, I did a TikTok yesterday for my business because I can't forget that now businesses are basically rotating, gravitating in the whole social media sphere. And the more you publish content on your social media page for your business, the more customers you're gonna have come in and visit your place and generate income from that. So I also have to create that bubble of time for my businesses in El Salvador. Now, would it be a lot easier if I were to live in El Salvador and use all that time for YouTube? It probably would. Am I ready to move out there yet? I am. My wife and my kids are not. They don't see themselves living over there yet. Um, I have to create a path for them to say, hey, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go. Um, and I'm working on that as of now. But yeah, man, that's one of the things that I did yesterday on that TikTok live. Um, I was, I that's what I was saying. Like this of AI can be used as a tool, and I use AI to generate, this type of, I guess, questions for me, so I can do this live. Honestly, I know most the answers to these questions. They're super easy, but you can make it more difficult. You can ask AI, "Hey, can you make these answers a little more difficult?" Right? If it's a bigger price. Um, but yeah, man, it was successful. I had a great time. We had a great time doing this live. The people that were connected were so excited, and I'm like, they wanted to win that coffee. Um, and eventually, what I will try to do is possibly food, like a full dish, or maybe give people like a full day at one of our Airbnbs. Um, you know, but that's within time, like right now I gotta kind of chill out, um, and yeah, man, just work with what I have. Be patient. That's one thing that you have to have here on YouTube is patience. Eventually your channel will grow, and you gotta remember, YouTube is a job, man. YouTube is not like, hey, I'm just creating social media, and I am gonna be good. I'm gonna be like rich off this. And you have to dedicate time to this so you can grow. And technically it's basically a job, a full-time job, that once you become successful you can earn a decent living, I believe, or at least some passive income out of this. And not only that, but if you own businesses like I do, this can help you grow, make your businesses more visual, to other people that have not seen it. Publicity here, it's amazing the way that the social media has worked and evolved to generate that traffic. It's much higher than what you used to watch on TV back in the day. So it's social media is a tool, and you gotta know how to use it. Once you know the value of social media, man, it's just it's incredible. It can do many things for you. But with that being said, guys, I am on my break. I have not eaten anything yet. There's not that many people here, and I did my due diligence of being here as promised. I know some of you guys will probably watch this later. Um, Unfortunately, right now, I do want to go eat. My break will finish in another 26 minutes to be exact. And then after that, I have to go back to work. And then after that, I have to head to my second job later around 5 p.m. So, in the meantime, thank you for watching. If you are watching this after the live happened, I appreciate your time. And if you haven't subscribed, I do invite you to become part of this community, as we are a great group of uh, people here in this channel. And, we like to learn about a little bit of video games, um, and, a little bit of nostalgia, remembering some of the things that we used to play as kids. So, with that being said, guys, you guys have a great afternoon. Thank you for coming in and just stepping in and watching this for a little bit. If you watch this later, thank you for watching. And you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Take care, guys.